gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be okay until I pass out with schizophrenia.
All right.
Are we live?
Are we live?
Are we famous? Did it work?
Yeah, we're live.
What's up, America?
Hey, how's it going? This is Nobody's Watches Everything. I don't know what's going on.
We changed the name of our podcast for this shit.
We're live. This is weird, but this is fun. I'm happy to be near Rick Matthews. How's it going, buddy?
I'm happy to be here too, to be honest with you. I'm excited to be here.
I'm
excited
super
to
excited.
be looking at the nobodies out there at home. What's up, nobodies? All of you. What's up, everyone? What's up? This is our first live show. What's up, Helium Comedy Club? What's up, the room we're in?
What's up?
Woo, we're live, baby.
We're live. We're making all mistakes.
We're making mistakes. Our audio, we just had a nightmare. You guys don't even want to know about it. It was bad. I peed my pants a little. It might be pee, it might not. It was kind of hot too, so who knows? Like it's something came out. We'll figure out what it was later. That's what we're talking about.
It was uncomfortable. That's all I know.
I hope you guys are watching on the YouTubes. What's up, YouTube Live?
What's up, YouTube?
Hopefully we're not breaking the internet with our viewership.
I know this is going to be interesting. Dude,
What's up, man?
I don't know. I'm just happy to be here. I haven't been anywhere nice in so long.
This is the first time I've been around people that I haven't shared DNA with, like in a long time. Like it's we're gonna do something wild on YouTube, and it's gonna we're gonna get demonetized. It's gonna be on YouTube Red.
Yeah. YouTube After Dark.
Yeah!
I love you.
We're doing sex stuff at some point. We'll go to Pornhub for the show later, you guys. That's where the magic really comes.
You're gonna see at least 3 nips. I don't know about the 4th one.
3 nips in the tip. That's right. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna say, is anyone recording this?
I don't even know. Yeah, we're recording this for YouTube.
We need this to be saved for the masses.
Yeah, this is gonna be fucking
Weird.
weird.
The Patreon. Kids.
Yeah. the raw uncut Patreon.
Yo, you guys want to see some shit? Give $5 a month to the Patreon. Voices and OnlyFans. All butthole. Only butthole. You gotta guess who's who.
Artisanal butthole, right?
Yeah, figure out whose butthole is this.
Just because it's dark don't mean it's mine.
I got a dark ass butthole, y'all. I'm so glad we're here. We're going crazy.
Oh my god, I miss this.
Man, so let's talk about fucking everything. I'm going to the Bills game tomorrow. I'm gonna brag, little humble brag. It's not even humble brag. It's just I'm going to the Bills game and you're not my dirty black butthole.
Is that how I get to go to the Bills game? Like,
that's how I had to do it.
You had to eat your own butthole.
Dude, I'm not even that flexible. I had to roll down a hill in a tire. I had to catch up to it.
It's like when those kangaroos jump in their own pouchy carts.
I'm just being around people. I'm out of the dungeon for once. Man. This feels good. I'm out of the bunker.
Oh shit.
Fuck. This is definitely more fun than I've had since watching Savage Beach.
Oh, I don't know. Savage Beach.
Let's get into the movie. You guys, we watched Savage Beach. Anyone who's watching at home, Savage Beach.
Savage Beach, not to be confused with Fat Beach, which is just as good. Less titties though. You would think a movie called Fat Beach would have more titties, but it doesn't. But Savage Beach
had ample titties.
It had ample and a lot. Like they were.
If I had to say anything nice about the movie, it's the amount of just for no reason titty.
So
hey, the plane's gonna crash. Let me change my shirt.
All right. So we're skipping around a lot, but there's just a moment where these like 2 women are just flying a plane, and they're like, "Oh, I'm too wet. We need to change clothes."
Talking about our shirt, by the way.
Yeah, right.
This is a family film.
And they just take their tits out for no fucking reason. at all. It just doesn't make any sense to the story. To get they weren't even in the rain. That's the crazy part. The plane was in the rain. They've been in the plane the entire time, but they had to pull their titties out because they're like DEA agents or something.
Yeah,
I think
that's part of it. That's what the D stands for.
There was no
double DEA, if you ask me. So I got some notes here about this movie. This is on the first couple minutes. Badass sword work montage opener. Sold. Catcalling moped nerdy girls. This is before I knew they were badass DEA agents, but sold. Every girl has hair like the Ultimate Warrior. Sold.
One note I have is redhead girl, maybe black? Question mark.
Sometimes people get that skin disease where part of their skin turns white. Like
Yeah,
it's just all of it.
Yeah. It was like deep vitiligo because she was like, you're not just tan right now, like you're tan all the time.
All 4 stars naked in a hot tub in 6 minutes, sold and for your Oscar consideration.
All right, so we don't even realize that they're DEA agents until we read the synopsis. Until you read the synopsis, because you think they're like drug dealers because their boss is some dude with like a crazy mullet.
Yeah,
who's just
got long hair and he's fucking a girl in a hot tub. It turns out he's just like the officer in charge.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like he's just like banging her out, and then he's like, I gotta go. And this woman refuses to put a shirt on the entire, it makes no, she literally puts a towel on around her waist and just stands in the middle of a window talking to these people, tits out. He's having a very important phone call, and the women he's talking to, I think their tits are out too, because their
tits are out too, I think, because they're sitting around a hot tub, I think.
Yeah, the amount listen, I'm not going to complain about titties being out, but when it makes no sense for the story, I start asking questions because it's just like people standing and sitting and
just give me a reason. I could write a reason for titties to be out in any script that's ever been made ever. You can just figure it out. This guy didn't even bother.
Yeah, but someone sneezed titty out. I don't understand. That's like the fucking
just idea. Waving hello and just the titty falls out.
So the movie opens with these 2 blonde chicks who are like the main characters of the movie. Kinda. Again, no one is there's no one who has a name. I don't think. Everyone is just there. People are double crossing everybody, but then you're the good guy. There's a blonde dude who shoots a guy from the military, and he's a hero.
And he shoots him in the neck. He was with a thumbtack.
What a thumbtack! What the fuck with a thumbtack, and it kills him?
No, it just knocked him out because at the end he was like, he's probably waking up by around now. He tranquilized him just as a test to see if he couldn't find the gold. I don't know.
They're looking for Japanese war gold or something.
But it had a Colombian flag on the box?
Yeah, it was fucking insane.
What happened?
What happened? I'm sorry.
I blacked out, you guys.
There's just so much shit that just happens in this thing that I can't understand whatsoever.
No, I don't know the plot. I don't know who was a good guy or who was a bad guy. I do know that the guy that wrote these movies, he wrote and directed all of them. He's just I don't know, he just funded them all himself.
I would believe that.
He used to direct
TV quotation marks.
Yeah, but then he's basically just I mean, it goes without saying that these girls didn't get cast in the movie because they were really good actors. Every female in this movie was a playmate pet or a penthouse pet or a playgirl, Playboy covered. What the hell's it called?
They're titty mag actors. I don't know, what models that we call them?
Do we call them? I think back then we just called them
Miss No something or what? I don't know.
we called them ladies.
It was a different time.
Sedaris is the guy who wrote and directed all these movies. He did a whole series of movies. Basically, all those movies. Guys. Let's just be honest here. Let's get together and talk about this. When you would stay up late and there'd be a movie on the movie channel or Cinemax or Showtime, and Joe Bob Briggs would come out of nowhere and be like, "There's 17 titties. This movie starting at 6 minutes." This is one of those movies where you'd stay up late. You're 13 years old and you're at your cousin's house and everyone's asleep and you're pretty sure everyone's asleep. So you're just he goes to bed and you're just I'm just gonna stay up and finish inside the NFL. You know what I mean? And then you try and watch real sex. But it's the old people swingers again, so you see what else is on another station. So you go to another station, and then you're like, oh shit, what's coming on? Savage Beach? What's that? And then within 5 minutes there's cities, and within 6 minutes you ruin your aunt's doily. That's what this movie is.
That's the best description of this movie.
That's it. I just wrote the synopsis.
It really is. It's like the kind of thing that, like, if I was like 14, I would be so hyped to watch this. And as an adult, you're just like, I'm still hyped a little bit. Like, it's free titties. It's free titties. I don't care. But then it gets into like the story, and it's like, you needed more titties for this. I'm sorry.
So much more titty. Like if you're looking at like good scripted titty, like if it's an amazing script, you don't need any titties.
Yeah.
If it's an okay script, give me a couple titties. This script was so bad. Like even the dudes needed to have titties in this movie. Like
everyone needed to have a titty at least.
Like Total Recall was kind of bad enough where the girl had to have three titties.
Yeah.
Because it was weird. Like
it was like we needed 3 titties. But again, it was only one person with 3 titties. Like, you front loaded the titties on this movie. I'm sorry. Like, they don't really, like, they're not even on the beach yet, and they already got naked. And then the
last like half hour of the movie, there was no titties, which is bullshit.
Which makes no sense.
That one, like, skinny dipping scene. They're on a deserted island. They don't know where they are. If you guys haven't seen this movie yet, you gotta check it out. But they're on deserted. They're playing Crash. They're on the deserted island. Oddly enough, in the middle of the Pacific, they end up on the right island.
Right.
Which doesn't make any sense. There's no plot.
They end up on the right island
by accident.
And they also knew that they were going to need like sexy bathing suits. Like, it's not like this was just a reconnaissance mission or something. And then
medicine to somebody's like
right. And they were just like, good thing I brought like my G-string. Otherwise, this would have been a terrible decision.
So they're stuck on this island. They're like, oh no, we need to find a way to get help. So they're looking around for like things to like make shelter and everything. And they're like, well, since we have time, and then they just go skinny dipping in the ocean. But then they just immediately they didn't bring towels or anything, so they just like put their shorts and stuff back on. I have gone swimming in the lake and then just put my jeans back on over my swimsuit. By the time these girls got off the island, they smelled like a carp.
Oh,
like there's no
1,000%.
There's no way they did. Like it had to smell like, I don't know,
hard ass everything.
It smelled like hard, unfiltered ass. Like,
that would be the sequel to this movie. Savage Beach leads to hard ass, and
there is a sequel to this movie, Return to Savage Beach. And the next live show, that's the movie we're watching. We're not going to draw random for that one. Let's Return to Savage Beach.
Yeah, because that guy, like the guy on the cover, I don't even know who this is supposed to be. He has an eye patch. I'm like, fuck yeah.
This is the guy that blew up on the boat.
The fuck are you? Oh, someone blows up in a van. Like in the beginning,
blows up with a briefcase in their hand, and this briefcase explodes. Like there's 7 drums of oil that explode in the briefcase. Like it's like a briefcase bomb, but it's the Hindenburg in a briefcase. Like I don't know how they did it.
It really is. Like, doesn't the guy say like this? I hope you don't spend it all in one piece.
Yeah. Hold on. No, I texted you that on a we watched this movie at the same time, pretty much. So we were like texting each other the whole time. There's one point after the guy, he hands him a briefcase to like buy some kind of secrets. He walks away. The briefcase explodes in the biggest firebomb like that. It was like the Challenger explosion. Like it was so fucking big. And then the guy just goes, "Don't spend it all in one piece." Sorry about that noise, but he laughed like that exactly.
It's the craziest laugh, and you still don't know who the bad guy is. That's like
he might have been the good guy.
He could have been, because so when they get to that point when he gets all this information, someone has changed the floppy disk. There's a floppy disk, and they've changed it like 3 times just before this even happened. So I'm like, I don't even know if anyone's got information.
And all they've ever copied, it looked like just the map of the world.
Yeah, it was just they were like, all we needed was the map of the world to get to this island that maybe has Filipino gold. Because that's the thing.
Sounds racist. That girl is Filipino gold, baby. You know what I mean? When a Filipino girl has blonde pubes. It's rare, but when you find it, ooh-wee.
Chef's kiss. It's like, understand what was because there's like an old Japanese guy.
He wasn't even an old Japanese guy. He was this Japanese guy that they just spray painted his hair white.
They do that with two Japanese guys. There's a Japanese guy in the hospital dying, and he's just like he's supposed to be old, and they all just have like oatmeal on their face to show wrinkles or
Yeah, it was
something.
like pancake batter. It was like the shit your mom would do because like for like a costume. And
Yeah, exactly. It's like a mud mask that they're like, okay, let it get cracky, and then it'll look like wrinkles.
And then the next day, he's just on this island. At first, the girls like see him, and then he runs away. She's like, "No." She's like, "He was more beast than man." She only saw him for a second, mind you, but she's like, "He was more beast than man." He was wearing a fucking khaki shirt and pants.
He's wearing literally the same outfit they are. Like, like everyone is wearing the exact same khaki outfit.
On this island for like 40 years or some shit. Like,
yeah, and
but it's cleaner. His clothes were cleaner than the clothes I'm currently wearing.
Like he found laundry. Like it's so weird. And then everyone's like, "You've never been on this island. No one's ever been. It's called Savage Beach." And it's like nothing really happens on that island. Like there's only one guy they have to fight.
No, there's coconuts and papayas and an old samurai.
And holy shit. So they think they're like on the edge because they don't know what's on this island, and something starts crawling, and they just light this thing up like with like Uzis and like AR-15s, and then it's a fucking rooster, and it's just blood and guts everywhere, and they're laughing about it. Like they hold its severed head. They're like, "I guess it's not gonna wake us up anymore."
Here's my first problem. One, that's their first day at the beach. Like, how could it fucking wake them up?
Right.
Two, chickens don't fucking live in the wild. Chickens, you don't see there's no wild chickens on beaches. Like on an island in the middle of a desert island, there's fucking chickens.
It's rooster. It's the only chicken on that island. Like, because there are, but it's the only chicken on the island.
Are there wild chickens?
Yeah.
I don't want to live in a world where there's wild.
Don't go to Hawaii.
Like, wild chickens in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Fuck Hawaii. I feel bad about eating fucking chickens because of everything.
Chickens are. That's oh my god, this fucking movie. I
can't get over the fact that there's fucking
wild chickens. They're a wild animal.
Don't go outside, you guys.
Watch your back. Wild chickens are a must. This is
I don't even know. I gotta look at my notes. We're all over the place. Because this movie was all over the place. There's no way. Oh, every gun this one chick has, it looks like the noisy cricket from Men in Black. It's the tiniest fucking pistol. Like it can only hold at most one bullet.
Or the
like,
idea
like
of bullets.
Like it's the smallest little gun, but somehow she hit that dude at like 40 yards in the neck.
They're so good at shooting, and yet they're also so bad at shooting. Like
so at some point, these two stories, because they're completely separate stories in this movie. One's like the girls have to run medication to like an island somewhere, but they're also DEA agents, but for some reason they have to like do that.
Yeah.
And then and then the other story is these guys that are stealing secrets to find out the location of this gold. But then there's like a general and this other guy, and then like this other guy who's like a guerrilla commander.
Yeah, he's so there's and then
he looks like the guy from Happy Gilmore. He looks like Odd Job kind of.
Yeah,
but like a more handsome Odd Job.
Yeah, right. And then what's that guy's name? Al Long or Al Leong?
Al Leong, yeah. Like
the henchman in every like 80s movie you've ever seen, that like Chinese guy who's just like balding but has like the longest ponytail you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, everyone knows him. Everyone knows this guy.
Yeah, he's in this movie, and he's just a dude who's also involved in this like heist. I don't fucking know. There's a heist going on. I don't fucking know what this is. I don't know it. Holy shit, we haven't even really talked about the beginning of this movie.
I don't even know. I thought we were at the beginning of this movie.
This movie is like a fucking time warp.
I feel like I'm still watching it, and I just fell asleep during the movie. And like, this is just what happens when you fall asleep during Savage Beach. You never get out of Savage Beach. I know the kids are shaking it. I'm just laying there like, I think we're having audio issues at home. I just got a text from somebody saying the audio's fucked up. But I think she's like partially deaf anyways. So,
What?
all right, so they're on this beach. I don't even know how they get to the beach. Their plane crashes. While they're naked, their plane crashes somehow. But like, here's the thing: they're flying through the storm at night, and the plane's going through all kinds of crazy shit. But that's when they get changed.
Yeah, they get
And then when the plane crashes, it's a completely blue sky on a sunny day, and the plane like they have to crash land their plane on the beach.
That's like my favorite part. So this movie is like crazy cheap looking, but also really expensive at the same time.
Just like the girls.
Yeah, right. Like these are high-end call girls, and
But like they're like high-end call girls in like Little Rock.
yeah.
They're like the best you can get in Little Rock.
It's gonna cost you at least 50.
I got $20. That's a Roadhouse reference, kids.
Because you said that they don't crash until after all the rain, all the horrible stuff is happening.
Maybe they ran out of gas.
I don't know. It gets electrocuted during that time, but again, it clears up afterwards. And they felt so comfortable in that storm after they were complaining to just change everything and go by autopilot. I was like, that's the scariest fucking thing in the
Thing. I put it on autopilot so we can get some shut-eye. They're driving through the same storm that Tom Hanks crashed in Castaway. Their planes went by each other quick.
Like I wouldn't even. They're on the same island. Like
he's on the other side.
I could have been talking to these big tent ladies.
He said he's talking to a fucking. Or maybe the here's what happened. When they got struck by lightning, magic. Because that's what happened.
Yeah.
They crashed on the island. That old Japanese man was the personification of Wilson.
Because he dies and then his soul goes into Wilson.
And that's what Tom Hanks found.
Oh my God. Double feature, Savage Beach, Castaway. It all makes sense.
We just found out, Savage Beach was just the prequel to Castaway. Now we know.
It's weird. And
okay, here's another part. So for some reason they all end up on this island. There's shooting everywhere, just like a double cross of the double crossers. The girls have nothing to do with them, but now they're in the fight.
right.
And then so they're putting on like face paint to go have this jungle
Holy
fight. So
shit.
they're putting on face paint, jungle face paint on a beach situation. So it's like green. They look like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Predator. Like putting on this fucking like face paint and shit like that. But then they're still wearing bright white tank tops and fucking khaki shorts.
Yes. It's like nothing about you is going to blend into this area. You're two bright blonde women walking around.
There comes some gigantic titties but no face. Like
Titties.
you see the jungle in the middle of that beach, they're gonna shoot it because it's got titties. Like,
it's like Lost. It's a smoke monster.
it all makes sense now, you guys.
They're all connected. They're all the same movie.
Like Damien Lipkoff,
Like, I got it.
co-executive producer on this movie, is like, I got an idea, man.
What if it's a beach?
All right, Andy Sedaris, I got an idea. It's gonna happen.
Titty beach. No,
Titty Beach,
Savage.
Savage Beach.
Perfect.
I love it.
So they do a bust at the beginning of this movie, and they're like taking down a pineapple company. Like people are smuggling drugs in not just like in pineapple cases. Like they're just like Xerox boxes in the middle of pineapples that you just cut open. They didn't even cut. They're just like pop the top off like they're like bowls or some shit, and they're full of heroin. And you're thinking, when we start this movie, you think that, oh shit, these girls are stealing the drugs because they're drug dealers. And you still think that because
they slaughtered everybody in the warehouse.
Yeah, they blow up this, and she's like, don't worry, I got this. And she just lets off a detonator and explodes an entire van full of people.
Oh, and the one guy gets out all burned up and shit like that.
And they're just like laughing. And then they go to a hot tub and just chill. Like, it's the coldest thing I've ever seen in a movie. Like Like I've never seen someone so
Who goes for a dip after exploding and shooting humans? Like,
I love the smell of bird flesh.
what's happening to Jakuz? Like,
And they're all just like, what a good day. Like, oh my God, for no reason.
titties though.
It was titty. But again, spread the titties out. You can't just like, it's like a balance. It has to have it throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
There are, like, you've seen
Imagine eating cookie dough ice cream, and it's like you go into the vanilla ice cream, and there's just one glop of cookie dough in the middle, like, and then it's all just vanilla ice cream.
It's gross. It's weird, and like it doesn't make sense. Like if you ever watch like a Pam Grier movie, like they have titties throughout the entire thing. They're involved in the fights. There's people getting slashed, and all of a sudden their shirt rips open. Then they got to fight with their titty out. Do that. It's this kind of movie. But instead, we got to deal with some weird Japanese man who, by the way, we haven't gotten into this part. The Japanese man was, I don't know if he was involved in Pearl Harbor, and proceeds to tell the craziest story, and they show it, of him and his troops murdering just these random
soldiers. But I think one of the American men was the one girl's grandfather.
I think yes, yeah.
They alluded to that, which made the movie even worse.
It's like why did this happen? And she's just bursts into tears, but you haven't really been paying attention the entire movie.
Like, I understand everyone at home. It sounds like we smoked meth and binge watched NYPD Blue and now we're talking about it, but that's not what happened.
It's everything of like it legitimately is savage because every time something horrific happens, everyone laughs and it's just so comfortable. Yeah, they're just be having the time of their lives because after that horrific tale, and it's like shown in gruesome detail of them just slaughtering these Americans with his katana, unarmed on and they're like, please don't hurt us, and they're just murdering the shit out of him, and he feels bad about it now that he's dying. And then it cuts to everyone at the redhead's restaurant, and they're like, what a crazy trip. And they're like,
there's a redhead. She owns a restaurant, or that's part of her cover? Sorry, I forgot to fill you up on that.
She owns a restaurant, and they're all like, so what happened with that gold? And like, I'm just a civilian. Wink, wink. So they stole the gold that we all
were missing like 2 pieces of gold or something.
Right, and then this one guy who shot the other person in the neck with a dart, with a thumbtack. It was supposed to be a dart, but it's clearly a thumbtack, which is just madness. And then he reveals himself to be FBI afterwards. Like, who did you shoot? Like, we don't know who that other guy was. It's not like he was.
He infiltrated just to say that he could.
I think so too. Because then the general he's working with is with them too. It's like
they're all partying together afterwards, and he takes 2 women with him.
like
come on, ladies.
This fucking movie is so weird, and then as crazy as it is, it's also like has just long stretches of nothing happening. It's just people sitting there, or they're like trying. Like when it has to have dialogue, it's like cut it off. Like cut.
No, just silence.
Yes, please go back to the part where people are punching each other in weird ways or trying to set up booby traps. And I don't mean it because there's titties. There's.
This whole movie's a booby trap.
It really is. It lures you in. You're like, holy shit, there's just gonna be titties the whole time, and then you're like, what the fuck is this Filipino dude doing?
I don't even know who the Japanese guy that died in bed. Like, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know why that happened. I think it was like a clip from a different movie that the editor was just fucking all fucked up on Quaaludes. And he was just like, oh, here's that spool I think I needed, and he just like put it in.
He's like, I mean, there is another Japanese guy. I guess it's gonna work.
It's fine.
That's the whole I feel
like this movie needed Cynthia Rothrock.
Holy shit! I kept
thinking it was her, and I was watching that movie again, and it turned out I never stopped watching that movie, and it was like still like I was still watching Honor and Glory.
It's just like Inception of being trapped in shitty movies.
That's exactly what it is.
Get deeper and deeper.
We're still stuck in Mostly Ghostly from our old podcast before this one even existed.
Please go on the Patreon if you want to hear that episode. That's a real treat.
If you guys are listening to this in 2 years, we have a Patreon now. And let me be honest, it's killing.
Yeah. I mean, we are doing so well. I don't even want you to do it, but please support the future Patreon. Get our old episodes of shows that you never even thought we had. You didn't even know about the old podcast, but now you do.
We gotta find out what Donna Spears is doing because she was the main star of this page, but also the least attractive girl. She looked like Vincent in. She looked like. Do you guys ever watch Beauty and the Beast? Like the one with
Ron Perlman.
Yeah, the one with Ron Perlman and Linda Hamilton. She looked like Ron Perlman. In Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, that was Donna Spears. Yeah.
I love that. Like her name is also a weapon she uses.
Like on the cover of what I'm looking at, the movie Picasso Trigger. She's not a harpoon. It's not a harpoon. It's a different chick.
And then there's Donna Dark.
She was a gymnast and track star. She was an
That's
international model and brand ambassador before and after her selection as Playboy's Playboy of the Month, March 1984, when I was 6 years old. I was 5.5 years old when this chick was taking her boobs out. I don't know. That's not even a fact that needed to be shared.
No, it did. It did. Oh, all right. So one thing that I have to mention is that while watching this movie, their boss looks like Uncle Jesse from Full House.
Oh yeah, he does.
But here's the crazy part: the general played Uncle Jesse's dad.
I just woke up and
I wasn't in home.
Seriously?
Yes, he played Uncle Jesse's dad, and like Jen was she was like, this guy, I know who he is. He looks familiar, and I'm like, I have never seen this guy in my life. And then Uncle Jesse's dad. Weirdest fucking coincidence like that.
Yeah, that's like fucking simulation theory.
And he's an actual actor. He's in stuff. Like,
I mean, everyone's an actual actor.
No,
You think Donna Spears not an actual actor?
no, not at all.
You're right.
Oh my God, yeah, John Avery or whatever the fuck.
Wow.
Yeah, he was in The Manchurian Candidate.
Really?
Yeah, in The Game. Like, he's in movies. Like, he was in Bullet. Like
Bullet?
with Steve McQueen.
That one?
Yeah, like he was
Could have
in.
been the Tupac one. Was it Tupac one?
No,
50 Cent one?
that was Bulletproof. The Game.
No, you're wrong. Somebody look it up. We need a producer. We need like APs or something. Like,
We definitely need someone to rein us in and make us seem normal and
no, I just need someone to
professional.
look up shit for me.
Yeah, otherwise we're just going.
I don't need to be reined in. You can't cage this tiger.
You're the real savage on this.
Now we know. I keep looking at the camera now because I'm so glad we don't do our podcast on camera because the whole time I'd be just like expressing. I'd be like, what?
Just doing stage acting. Like, whoa.
Everyone would think I was a Rochester comic that used to do improv. Just like, oh my God. Sorry, Rochester, but honest to God, fuck you.
You expressive motherfuckers.
Switch now.
Fuck, I missed you.
My arm's 6 feet long, you guys. It's crazy. I'm Mr. Fantastic. What else you have to say about this fucking movie?
It's just weird, man.
Yeah, no shit.
I think it's.
I got some more notes.
Please
Go ahead, Joe.
Like,
I'm gonna look
I
at my
think,
notes.
so I think it's legit kind of impressive that it's a super cheap ass movie, but it gets like a lot of special effects for the time period. Like there's a lot of like shit. It's just like, all right, this actually looks decent. Which is
real fire in this movie.
Yeah, like they do real explosions and there's like miniatures and shit, but it looks.
The one miniature is amazing. The guy that got shot, or the woman that got shot, that was wearing a vest.
Yeah.
The thing, the charge exploded in her vest, and the vest flew open, and her shirt was fine, but the vest was bleeding, and she kept her organs in her vest pocket.
Oh my god, that's the funniest part. So we haven't even mentioned that. So there's like a Filipino bad guy.
That's another.
That's another. That's another sex movie.
So I thought I was going to get some Filipino gold. Instead, she pulls out this Filipino bad guy.
It was.
When in Savage Beach.
They have like one of the weirdest sex scenes in a limo. And it just comes out of nowhere. Where they're like, just finally, we're done doing business. And then they just start fucking in a limo. And my favorite part is the limo driver is looking in
Like so many movies.
Like he's looking at the rear view like, yeah. And it just keeps going. Because usually that's like the end of that scene where the guy goes like, all right, they're fucking. No, keeps going for like 2 more minutes.
Let's show some fucking.
And then that woman does nothing but get shot. And yet you're right. It's just, she gets shot so hard.
After the limo.
Like,
During the limo scene.
She gets sticky a different way in the limo.
She didn't die like Tupac. No one knew he was fucking, but he was.
Him and Suge. Yeah, I said it. Suge Knight and Tupac were fucking the day he died. Suge Knight's in jail. I don't give a fuck. He's not going to do anything.
Yeah, take that motherfucker.
Please don't kill me, Suge Knight. Please don't kill me.
You better push the car.
Oh my god. This is going to get us killed. I love it.
You, not me, sir.
No, Rick.
I'm 6 feet long, too.
We are the longest people.
Well, I'm about done talking.
Yeah, I am too.
The only note I had was that was some horrible war paint.
Yeah, it's just smudge. It's super weird.
There was one part where the general's like talking to somebody. What did he say? It made me really happy to hear it. Oh, he's like, he called the guy a bleeding heart liberal. I'm like, man, even in 1989, I'm like, it's some new fucking material, dickheads. Like, what's a bleeding heart liberal?
Classic hack from. Oh my god.
My dad called me that today.
At least your dad calls you.
Now my dad's proud of me.
Yeah. Oh my god. That was great. I think.
Yeah, man.
I think
What you say, man? I think we're good.
I think we're good.
How long is this supposed to be? Do you know? Is that my light?
Until forever? Like
Supposed to be an hour. Supposed to be an hour. I can talk for more time. What else? We can talk more about this movie. I wrote some more shit down. We can go into overtime.
Oh, holy shit! What?
What's going on?
I was just
we got some breaking news, everybody.
I was just sent a list of the best car sex scenes in movie history, and this is number 34. I've never even heard of this movie, and it's breaking like records on the list.
On behalf of the Nobody Watches Everything podcast, we would like to formally apologize for the movie Savage Beach. We judged too soon. This is our second apology. First was for Shia LaBeouf making a comeback.
Yeah.
And this is like a day before they announced that he was kind of a piece of shit. And now for saying this movie had a stupid sex scene, when clearly it's one of the best and we don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's with
Read
Terry
the list, though.
Nathan Liebert or
Never mind.
I love it. It's just some dude.
Some guy's like, you know what I'm gonna do today, Ma? I'm gonna be in the basement. I'm making the best sex scenes in a car.
I got this. I got the girl next door scene. I don't know what else I got.
This is the girl from Big, but I'm pretty sure he was eating her pussy. No one's that happy to see New York.
Oh God.
No, yeah, there's some facts about this movie. We can go over those. I forgot to do that so far. There's some fun Savage Beach. Like, honest to fucking God, this guy Sedaris that made this movie. Also, he put himself in the movie. He was the CV operator who did like one relay call. He was like that.
Really?
Guy. Yeah, this guy got at least like hand jobs from these fucking girls putting him in this movie. Like, there's no way that he did.
Yeah, he's like,
I refuse to accept it.
like he just feels, it feels gross. Like the fact that all of his
Gross.
movies are like this, like they, oh,
It's not like he made Hope Floats.
yeah,
And then give them this.
like it's all just in like the dialogue. I noticed this is that there's a part where it's all innuendos, and it's just like,
Innuendo.
yeah, it's like she just, they're like
I
talking.
would pull off my mask.
Holy shit!
Wake up, Clayton.
It's like Freddy Krueger, but for like bad softcore porn movies. Like,
I
yes,
would watch that movie.
I would. He probably made that movie. Like, I would not be
Freddy
surprised.
Krueger softcore porn movie.
Yeah, where it gets you in your wet dreams and. His fingers look a lot different.
This is dicks. Still kids jumping rope though. For continuity.
Oh my god, this is. Holy shit! I'm sorry.
Holy shit, hold on. Hold the phone, everybody. This just in. John Apria's performance as Captain Andreas made a big impression on TV executives Miller and Boyette. They offered Apria a role on Full House. He got the role on Full House because of this movie.
Holy shit!
Originally, he was considered to be cast as Danny Tanner, but Boyette vetoed the decision and even threatened to dissolve the partnership.
What the living
A
fuck?
compromise was reached and he was cast as Nick Kostopoulos. It was Jennifer who came up with the idea for Pam Tanner, his daughter, to be killed by a drunk driver, although he received no writing credit. This movie planted the seed for one of the most popular and beloved TV shows of all time,
And the sequel to it.
starring the Olsen twins, who I cursed myself with. Ah!
It's all full circle. That's it. We have to end it now. This
Some
is
say
too much.
Miller and Boyette never fully recovered from this disagreement.
Kill Miller. Like, I'm doing Family Matters after this, and that's it.
Oh, in the sequel, here's some spoilers for the sequel. But Donna and Bruce Penhall return in the same roles for a similar team of operatives. And Al Liana's character is killed in this movie, but he comes back as a different henchman in the next movie. He's the henchiest of all henchmen.
He hints to live, hints for life. Al Young. Oh my god. That's fucking crazy that this is the movie. Like,
Somebody wrote down quotes from this movie.
which of Miller or Boyette was like, I was watching this big titty movie and I found our Danny Tanner.
Here's some quotes from the movie. One, Donna, shouldn't we get out of these wet clothes? That's the first thing we talked about. This one's from Angelica. My ideology means far more to me than fame and adulation. Whatever. Don't fucking correct me. Sorry, Dad. I had him for 3 minutes. We couldn't even talk. Oh, Admiral Kenji Inada. The cancer clutches ever tighter at my heart. That's how the old Japanese guy died. I forgot about that guy completely.
And of course, the best quote of the movie, don't spend it all in one piece. Oh my god.
Well, I'm happy.
I'm super happy.
Somebody find out and do some research if we're allowed to take clips from movies and just play them on this podcast.
I want to do that. I think we can.
I'm willing to go do it until we get a cease and desist order because we need to play for these people. When we put this episode up on Spotify and stuff like that, because we're going to release this, we're going to put some clips of this movie on here.
Yes. No, I can rip. Yeah, I can totally rip off any of these clips. But yeah, this is.
This is part of like a major movie like connection.
Yes.
It's like episode 4.
Yeah, because I thought Return to Savage Beach is the sequel, but Hard Hunt or whatever the fuck the porny title of this other movie is the sequel. Like why don't you just call it Dick Wars? Like I don't know.
Busty sluts get sandy.
Yeah. my god.
Check it off. Here we go. I'm good. You good?
I'm great.
Everyone good? Everyone good? We put in our time.
This was fun.
This is so much fun. We should do this again sometime.
Yes, please.
Everyone, if you want us to come back, just fucking, we're gonna do it anyway. I don't even care. We're gonna break into Helium and just record.
We're gonna sneak in. We're gonna record shit.
I'm gonna make chicken fingers.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something laying around.
World class chicken fingers.
They're gonna be freeze. They're gonna be like freeze burned.
They're gonna be wild chickens by the end of it.
Oh, fuck off, man! I forgot about that shit. I don't believe it. Wild chickens. Can you just catch them and eat them? Is that legal? You have to have like a hunting license. You can catch it. I have the eye of the tiger, baby. I'll catch a chicken.
Play that song now, and we'll pay the money with our Patreon.
All right, everybody.
All right, thank you. Nobody watches everything on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook.
Email us if you've seen a bad movie and you want us to watch, man. Nobody watches everything at gmail.com. Hit us up on whatever social media you want to. My phone number's call me. I'm lonely.
It's 900.
900. 900 in Indonesian gold. Right? Filipino gold. Indonesian gold. That's a whole different movie, baby.
That leads to a Filipino bad guy.
That's how you do it. Yeah, that's the only way to get them. You gotta go get them from Polynesia. What did I say?
Are you Indonesian?
Something. Indochina something. Am I right?
Your dad's proud again.
I didn't freeze. I'm still here.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
Dad, this isn't myself. Do we just leave?
All right. Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so much,
guys.
everybody.
This was a lot of fun. Indochina.
Rock on London, rock on Chicago.
Go Bills.
Go Bills. I didn't freeze again. Ooh. Is it still going? Is this forever now?
It's the end
Uh-oh. Helium's off the meeting. We just took over the airwaves. Let's say words.
Yeah, get nuts, guys.
of us.
Hey, thank you so much for doing it. It was fun.
Probably came through. I hope it sounded good. I got a text from somebody saying the sound is bad, but it's probably fine.
Yeah.
Hopefully it sounded
Good enough. But yeah, that was fun. It's good to have